Welcome to the Wally Show Aftercast. All the things we didn't get to during the course of the show today. It's a bittersweet thing for me. I went and saw a movie yesterday, but it was my last movie with AMC A-list. We're separating, a conscious uncoupling.
But I think that's a smart idea because you just weren't getting your money's worth.
I wasn't using it. And it's one of those things that, like, when you pay for something every month and you don't think about it, then when you do use it, you're like, oh, good, this movie's free, you know? But it's not free because you had already paid $25 and then you went once, you know? And so, and because my wife and I both had it, and so it was basically $50 a month. Ooh. And so if we're going to see one movie every other month, it's just not worth it.
You're paying more than it would be not to have it.
But trust me, when I go the next time and I don't have it, I'm going to be so upset. Like, I'm like, $12? That's an outrage.
And it's called AMC All-Star?
No, A-list.
A-list. Yeah. That's right.
Because they just raised the prices of it. I think they were letting you go to more movies, like 4 movies a week now or something like that. Like, great. If you go to movies a lot, it is great.
Yeah.
Like it feels good when you're not paying for it, and you go and you care less about the movies you see.
Yeah.
When it's like, oh, that wasn't a good movie, when you felt like you didn't pay for it, it's great. Mm-hmm. But like when you pay for it, my threshold, I'm already critical. My threshold for what a movie's gonna have to be is gonna go way up.
Yeah. If it doesn't involve Tom Cruise in a
fighter jet?
Yeah, then you're not going to do it.
Don't want anything to do with it. Absolutely. Now, I did, for my last free movie, I went to see The Devil Wears Prada 2. I know, that's my last one. Like, if I was to die today and I go to heaven and Jesus is like, like what? Why are you laughing at me? Your last movie was Devil Wears Prada 2.
We would all be like, that checks out.
Not as good as 1. Not horrible. Like, you said you were going to go see it with some friends?
Yeah.
With some girlfriends?
Over the weekend, I'm going to go see. Yeah, with some girlfriends.
Yeah. I was one of 3 guys in the thing, but we all had like our significant others with us.
Y'all all got dragged into it.
I wanted to see it. Like, I love Anne Hathaway. I think she's a great actress. The first one I really like. Stanley Tucci is amazing. Emily Blunt is fantastic. Like, it's the weird. I'll tell you this. Do you remember the first one? Did you see the first one?
I did a little, not much.
Okay. They don't hearken too much back to the last one. Like, you don't have to have seen the last. If you've seen the first one, then it makes some of the little inside jokes make more sense.
Yeah.
But the first part's really weird because they end the movie like they did, and Miranda's still very cold, but they end and they kind of have this respect for her. But then when they start this next movie, it was weird. They had Miranda play it like she doesn't even know who Andy, the character, is. And you're like, okay, so she just pretending, but it didn't feel like she was. It was weird. Like, so that was a choice that I was like, I'm not giving away any of the movie. Like, that was just a weird, like, plot point in it. But Stanley Tucci I think he's a great actor, and he was really good in it. There wasn't a lot of the first one, was her being young, and there was like some, relationship stuff in it. Now she's older, and there really wasn't a lot of that in there, which was good. And like the relationship she has with this guy, like I think they kept it like really PG the whole time. For the most part, I tune out for that stuff. Like, I don't even care about it. Like, I've gotten to be like a YouTube generation and TikTok generation. Boy, howdy. If you bore me for a second, I'm out. There were moments I fell asleep. But I'm just always a little tired. But my wife thought I was hurting from my kidneys or whatever. And I'm like, oh, I'm good. I just nodded off. It slowed down. Like, I have to have something that keeps pace and keeps my attention. Because at home, I go on my phone. But in a movie theater, you can't do that. Yeah. So, anyway, that was the last movie that I've seen with AMC. And I'll be interested to see what you think of it. Yeah. And like, if you and your girlfriends like it or not.
I'll let you know.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of like all that fashion stuff, I think that's why I went, was because the Met Gala recently happened. And I'm like, what in the world is the Met Gala? You always hear about it. It's super exclusive.
I don't get it.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah. So then when all these celebrities like walk up some stairs and they get their picture taken.
Right. But do you know what the gala is? No. Like what it's for? Okay. So I had to look it up. So it's one of the biggest, most exclusive fashion events in the world. It's a I snorted. It's a fundraiser every year that they do at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. And it's designed specifically to support its costume institute. So who attends? Celebrities, designers, athletes, influencers, all those things. And I guess there's a theme each year, and guests go all out. That's where you see all this avant-garde, bizarre clothing and couture.
Yeah, Katy Perry was wearing like a chrome mask, and I was like, can she see through it? I don't even know. And then there was someone with a dollar bill sign as a mask over their eyes.
Yeah, and those weren't the weirdest ones. Bad Bunny showed up as an aged version of himself, like in prosthetic old man gear.
Don't get it.
Sabrina Carpenter wore a dress made of old film strips from the movie Sabrina. Kylie Jenner went with dark hair and bleached her eyebrows. So her eyebrows are just like blonde, and the rest of her,
dumb.
It's weird. Beyonce wore a silver skeleton gown with a feathered cape, and Madonna wore a ship on her head. And the funniest thing is, her hat is a ship, and she said she was inspired by Jaden Smith. Jaden Smith is the weirdest little dude. Like, if I'm his dad, I am so dismayed by what I have created.
I don't know if it was at the Met Gala or if it was at another event, but he wore a house on his head.
Yes, and that's what she was inspired by.
Like a dollhouse.
It's just weird to be weird, you know?
Yeah, oh yeah, that's the point.
And this is a kid that is just desperately seeking attention, and I think probably going about it like the way, way wrong ways. I mean, I think that would be so hard. Like, if you were a dad and you had a kid that you were like disappointed in, that would be hard. Because how do you tell them, you are not what I raised? I'm
sure somebody has experienced that before. Sad.
I mean, my daughter grew up being raised by me and my wife and has a great sense of humor. There was a point in time in her life where she became somebody that I didn't really know. And when she was in college, she got way more liberal and was offended by everything. And I mean, you know me, I say things to make people laugh, and the shock value is part of it.
No, you say things to shock people.
Yes.
You don't say them to make people laugh.
Well, if they do, that's a bonus.
I've changed my mind on that.
And so for her, when she would be offended by things that I would say, I was like, I didn't raise you like that, you know? And fortunately, she's come back around and she's funny. And at least my kind of funny. She and I get each other, which I love. I love that I have a really great relationship with her. I love that we laugh at the same things and we send TikToks to make each other laugh. We find the same things funny. We make fun of the same things. And she's still a little sensitive, which is good because two of me is bad. But if I had Hayden, my hypothetical son,
Hayden!
that I'm seriously disappointed.
Thoughts and prayers, Hayden.
That would be so hard. I didn't raise you to be like this. What happened?
You didn't raise a child to care about the future of the world and to take care of God's creatures like hermit crabs.
Did not.
That would make you ashamed.
Yes, absolutely.
You are a terrible father.
Go work a day in your life. Go have an honest job. Go put in 8 hours a day, one day.
Let me point out something to you.
Yeah.
When God was telling his disciples to go and spread the news, the good news, he said, don't take anything with you, okay? You're living off the people that you visit, okay?
Feels needy.
That's what Hypothetical Hayden is doing.
Yes.
And in essence, what you're saying is the disciples seem needy and God had the bad idea.
That's a really interesting thing.
That's what I heard.
I honestly, you surprise me sometimes, and I love that we get to work together for so many years.
That I know the Bible?
Yeah. And no, but sometimes you surprise me, but you surprise me sometimes with what you know or when you choose to use it. It's always a weapon, obviously.
Of course.
But no, that's an interesting thing. I was not aware that was what God had told them, was to go live off the people that they were going to be coming in contact with.
He said to take nothing with you.
See, that's interesting. And I'm curious. We're gonna rabbit trail here because of Betty.
Well, because Wally is way ADHD today.
Oh, today I'm on a whole nother level. But I think that's extremely unusual. When you go camping, what do? You bring everything you might possibly need for every different scenario that you may possibly encounter. And Christ was telling them, don't take anything. Just go. Why? Well, because I'm going to provide is the subtext of that. I'll provide for you. I'll provide for your needs. And the other part of that is you're inviting somebody else into the story to have God work in their life as they help you. That is so counter to the way that we are wired, the way that we're raised. But it's genius, but it would be really hard.
Why do you think it's genius?
Because he made us. He knows how we're wired, and you get to see, when you live on that level, you see his presence in your life more.
If you have only him to depend on, which is what Hypothetical Hayden is doing.
That's true. My oldest sister lives a life completely different than me, okay? My sister Wendy. She is
a God-fearing one?
100%. She has always been like the most faithful of all of our siblings with her faith. Through thick and thin, they've had really hard times. They've been on like food stamps before. I didn't even know. I would have helped. I didn't even know. They didn't tell me. You know, I would have been more than happy to help, you know. But like they struggled. She worked multiple jobs, worked at Burger King as an adult, which is not a great job, you know. But she always served God everywhere she was and trusted him immensely. Trusted him when there was not food in the fridge to provide. And she was like, and when she tells the story, there are those people that when they tell the story, you believe them because there's such passion in their voice. And it's always, and God provided. Me, if I'm telling the story, I'm the hero in my story. I really am. I'm like, I worked hard. I did this. I sacrificed. I did this. And you could point to all the things that I look at that I put on my resume. But my sister's not that way. My sister is like, look at what God did. Look how God carried me through. And as such, she has a closer relationship with God and understands him on a level that I probably never will.
I was thinking about this the other day as I was trying to go for a walk, but trying to focus on the gifts in life, because the Bible once again says that every good thing is from above. And so there's a lot of times where I give myself credit. I'm like, well, I'm the one that did all the hard work.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
Why do I need to give him the credit? But the truth is that he gave me the health to do it, the body to do it. He gave me the brain to do it. He gave me, that's rude, okay?
I didn't say anything.
It was the look, okay?
I made a face.
Change your face.
I did make a face.
So he does deserve our gratitude because we wouldn't be able to fend for ourselves if he wasn't there to fend for us.
Yeah. Well, you're right. I mean, you have health, and that allows you to do things that if you do not have health, you cannot do.
Right.
And I'll tell you, one of the things is, I mean, I lost my health recently with my kidney stones. But no, that seriously did. That made me really look at people who suffer. And I mean, we had a friend that passed away too young, and his life every day was mass amounts of pain and no hopeful prognosis at the end. His story was written that without God, he's going to die. And sadly, that's what happened. He did pass away. But like, I'm sitting there worried about how bad my kidneys hurt for a day, whining about it. And I'm like, this guy got up every day and was still joyful to be around. That's next level. And that's humbling when you see that. And so it definitely makes you want to be more grateful for what you do have. And I know you're going through this whole thing right now of like grief and sorrow and joy and gratitude all kind of living in the mix at the same time. And we talked about that in the regular show. And I think we didn't get to all the calls on that, but I one call that came through that I thought was really good was like somebody saying, it's okay to feel these things. Like people in the Bible felt all of these things. I mean, look at David. I mean, he waxed on philosophical about those. He felt those things, but the underlying truth that was holding all of that up, even the emotions that he had that maybe were negative, was, but God, you're still good. You're still in control. And when you are not in a place where you are happy with your life or with what's going on, but you can still say, God is good, that is that next level faith that like my sister has 100%, and I'm jealous of her. Am I ever going to do anything about it? Absolutely not. I'm going to live vicariously through her, and keep going on vacations. But, I do have a question for you. Because my wife and I debated this, because your birthday was yesterday. And there was one other thing I thought about getting you. And she's like, I don't see Betty using that, so don't waste the money on it. And it was one of those bubble backpacks that you put your cat in. And I thought, because you're walking around the neighborhood, but you don't have a dog, would you ever put your cat in that bubble backpack and go for a walk?
No.
Okay, she was right.
Yeah, she was right. I would be afraid that they would either A, get sick, like motion sickness, and then throw up inside of it, or B, use the bathroom inside of it, and then I've got to just throw it away. So no, not worth my time.
What would be so funny is all of a sudden you've got the cat strapped to your back, and then a dog sees the cat and starts chasing you, and you're having to run as fast as you can, and then you just chuck the backpack into a lake.
So bad.
With the cat in it?
Good times.
No. Okay.
We've got 15 minutes.
Oh, fantastic. Well, I am glad that I did not get you that gift then.
Yes.
So let's do your story then before we go.
You don't want to give me a segue?
I don't remember what it was.
Of course you don't. It's about misunderstood movie villains.
Oh, I do like this.
So after reading this whole article, I'm like, you know what? They make a lot of sense. So the first one is in Ratatouille, Chef Skinner, okay? He's known as the villain. He's the guy that's so angry all the time.
But it makes sense.
He's trying to keep the rats out of the kitchen. Yeah. And why does that make him a villain?
Exactly. Look at that ship that's stranded. The hantavirus is because of close proximity to rats, rat urine, rat feces, all that.
They needed a Chef Skinner. And the thing
they even made him look scary and evil and small.
And he's the only one that's preventing the next pandemic.
Yeah.
Like, if anything,
that's true. The bubonic plague.
Yeah, we should be like giving a standing ovation to him.
That is a really good one.
Another one is Sid in Toy Story. If you think about it, Sid, he was scary, okay?
Yeah.
But he had a troubled childhood. We don't know what was going on in the background, okay? And he didn't know that the toys were alive.
He's just playing with them like just dissecting toys because that's what you do.
He was just a creative kid needing a creative outlet.
My nephew was like that.
That's what he did.
My nephew took apart everything.
Right, so it wasn't really his fault.
Okay, yeah, and again, they made him scary.
And
Those
then
are good.
Finally, Sharpay in High School Musical.
Oh, she was the worst.
No, if you think about it, she had worked her entire life in theater, okay? Yeah. Then Troy and Gabriella just come skipping through. They skip through the rehearsals. They don't respect the craft. And they get the leading roles due to their popularity.
That's true. I do hate that.
That's not right.
Yeah.
And there's Sharpay. Like, she's worked hard.
Mm-hmm. She's really annoying, though. That character, High School Musical was something that I watched, I think 1 and 2. I think there's a 3. But by the time 3 hit, my daughter was out of it, thank the Lord. But I had to sit through 1 and 2.
Oh, thank the Lord, please. You would be right there.
We're all in this together. La, da, da. They did have some catchy songs, though. I will give them that. Hey, do you have any birthdays?
I do.
What do you got?
Give me a minute. Jeez. Okay, I have one for Stephanie. Stephanie is turning 20 today.
Steffers, nicely done.
She said, I love to cook, and that is way better when you have a fun podcast to listen to. Oh, that's so sweet, Stephanie.
She didn't say ours.
I have a small business and live in a country where we drove on the left side of the road.
Oof.
That's got to be.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. Her question is, what is one thing you do to help yourself concentrate or focus on something that has to do with your work or your studies? Wally is very distracted right now.
I have so much trouble concentrating.
But what did you do when you were in school or college or here at work? What do you do to keep yourself focused?
You know the weird thing? When I was getting my master's degree, and I had to read a lot of stuff, and I don't know why this worked, and I'd love to hear somebody's take on it who maybe knows more like about brain patterns and ADHD or whatever, because at the time I wasn't even talking about ADHD because I'm like, I don't know. I don't have that, you know. Mm-hmm. But like the older I get, the more I think, I probably did have that or do have that, and just was never diagnosed.
It's not in the past.
I haven't beat it yet.
Trust me.
But like when I would read, because reading is really hard for me. Because like I'm dyslexic and stuff too, and so like I have to force myself to focus. I've got to read it. I have to read it 3 times. Then I'll be on a page. I'll skip to the second page, and then have to go back and read part of it. And then if that's boring, I'll read a little forward back. But then I've got to go. Oh wait, now that I need more context, I'll go back. It's just a nightmare. But I found that I would listen to 2 bands in my headphones when I was reading for school, and it helped me focus. One was Paper Tongues, which was kind of a Christian aligned band. They weren't like, oh, we're a Christian band, but like they were Christians and their music was like nothing bad in it. And Stryper, their cover album of all these metal songs. Those two bands I could listen to, and I could still read and focus and get my job done. And I, to this day, couldn't tell you why.
I can't do that because the lyrics distract me.
I know.
And so if I listen to music, it has to be instrumental.
Right.
I Googled it. Okay. And it said, yes, listening to music, especially through headphones, can significantly help improve concentration and focus for many individuals with ADHD.
I wonder why, but yeah, and it was those two specific bands.
It works by providing consistent stimulation, which stimulates dopamine production, masks distracting background noises, and helps regulate the ADHD brain's stimulation levels.
That is fascinating. And because there was music that I liked, and so I guess that was keeping me from getting bored and jumping around. So while if I'm reading something, I'm getting bored, the music is keeping me from technically not being bored, and I just power through the reading, I guess. Fascinating.
Interesting. For me, concentrating, I had a really hard time if I was alone concentrating, which you would think, well, that doesn't make sense. There was something about when I was going back to college when I was 30, I would have to go to the library or a coffee shop. Usually the library. There was something about being in the same room with people that were also having to do the same thing.
Really?
And it helped me concentrate. When I was at home trying to do my homework, it was distracting with the cats, or it was distracting with, I need to do laundry. I need to do the dishes.
Yeah.
I need to sweep over here. But if I was at the library or at a coffee shop, it was like, I can't do any of those things. I'm here for this sole purpose. And I would get so much done when I could do that.
That's interesting, that shared experience too. And it also sets the mood for it. Like if you're like, say you're at the library, okay, that's the place you're supposed to go study.
Yeah.
At your house, that's the place you're supposed to watch TV, you know?
Yeah, but if you think about it too, I do the same thing with my work. Like there's a lot of times where I don't want to take my work with me home. And there's something about a boundary there. And I don't think it's me being like even noticing that I'm doing it. It's that I want to protect this area, this house that I have, and it be the place of sanctuary and not be a place that I'm actually doing work as well.
And yeah, for me, it's the opposite. Like I'd rather be at home where I not getting distracted by work stuff. I can walk around and pace when I'm trying to create something, and I can go through the process of like the creative at home, and I can get an Uncrustable because that helps. Like it helps my creative process. And so I don't mind having my work at home. Yeah. Now, there are times when I get tired of it and I've been working all day and then I'm still working at 8 o'clock at night. Yeah. That's when it's like, okay, I got to shut it down and I'm done.
It would be interesting to have you on. I think I have to sneeze.
Elephant. Sorry.
It would be interesting to have you on ADHD medication.
Yeah.
Just for a week.
Yeah.
And then you get off of it.
Yeah.
Okay? Just do it. Just because I would love to see. I would love for you to experience what it's like to not have it.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Just for a week.
I don't know if you can do that, though. Like, I don't know how long it takes to get into your system.
I'm sure you can't do cold turkey. I'm sure you have to, like, slowly wean off of it. But it would be interesting.
I think that stuff gets into your system. I think that like depression and anxiety medicine, like, you have to take it and you have to step your way up and then step your way down and stuff like that. And it takes 2 weeks to a month from what I hear to actually start taking effect. I think they say that like the ADHD stuff, it starts taking effect really quickly.
Well.
And so, yeah, maybe I could get my doctor to do a bit with us. Like my health is a bit.
If we get your radio involved, then he will do it.
Absolutely. That's kind of an interesting concept.
That would be your gift to me.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. For next year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I just want you to experience, and I want to experience it too.
Yeah, but then what if you don't like me? What if I'm like boring?
It can't get any worse.
Yeah, I can't like you any less. I had not prepared for that. So, yeah. All right, well, there you go. That's going to have to do it for your Aftercast for today. What a great note to end on. And knowing that I'm not liked by the person I see the most in life.
Thanks for being a potty.
Yeah, that too.